Hi everyone, just testing the live. Hi guys. So we're going to be discussing about a lot of tips while traveling, how to take care of your health, your diet needs, your fitness goals. I personally love traveling and I'm sure all of you as well. So I'm just going to wait before we start. Is my audio clear? Is the video clear? Hi everyone, can someone tell me if the audio and video is clear? Okay, thank you. Just waiting for Wandering Jane to join us. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in. If y'all have any questions related to traveling, your nutrition during traveling, please drop your questions in here.
Hi.
Hi, Gagan.
Hi, Nikki. I'm so sorry. There's been a network issue here. How are
Good,
you?
good. I can't see you clearly though, but can you see me or hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can see you. I'm so sorry. It's my bad camera quality. So I hope
Okay.
that's okay for now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So, so thank you so much for, taking this initiative to host this live, instead of us because there was a network
No, no
issue.
problem.
And, so we wanted to have this chat on some of the most common related travel to nutrition and health questions. So since you started this year traveling with us with Jane Loves to Wander, so many of our travelers who want to travel but want to stay fit. So any major tip or any major aspect which comes to your mind? Who is a frequent traveler but wants to stay fit as well?
See, firstly, I love to travel, so traveling is something I do often. The frequency sort of came down because of the lockdown, but I'm trying to explore more of India now rather than going abroad. So, as someone who exercises regularly and has, a strict diet, so I know traveling can put you off your goals. But if, say, for example, you've been eating well and exercising for, say, 3 months, and then you're taking a break to go for a holiday, then you don't have to worry too much. You can, indulge a little bit because you've earned it, you've been strict for a while. But if you're traveling very often, once a month, then you got to be a little more careful and try and choose foods that are similar to your diet, plan or diet routine, what you've been following. But most importantly, try and stay active, at least the number of steps, keep walking around or running, go for treks, hikes, anything, swimming, cycling, whatever possible, try to stay active and try and enjoy all the local cuisines, because try to eat food from that particular region and keep yourself very well hydrated. This will make sure you feel good and have all the energy for all the activities that you want to do.
Lovely. That's a great answer. And I mean, a great point that, we should not think much after we have been on a strict diet and, traveling abroad or, maybe somewhere to indulge a little bit in, I guess. And
Yeah.
this brings me to our next question, that is about sustainability and local economy. Okay, so we at Wandering Jane support local tourism, sustainability, eco-friendly stays, and we also want our travelers to eat local. So, any thoughts on the same?
I lost the last line. What did you say after travelers to eat local?
What are your thoughts on the same? Like, what do you think about eating local at local restaurants or staying at sustainable stays? How healthy, what aspect of health does it provide? The local food, the local, cuisine over there.
Okay, so basically, you're asking what are my thoughts on eating local. So that's something I absolutely
Yes,
believe
yes.
in and promote as well. Whether you're traveling, whether you're not traveling, eating local is something I absolutely, believe in and tell everyone to do. One reason is because local foods are easily available. They are also easily affordable, and they are not, burning your pocket. And even when you're traveling, it's the same thing, and you also get to enjoy their food and their cuisine. If you were to go to a regular five-star resort or a buffet, you might feel the food is not that tasty, and you might end up just having cereal or bread and eggs and regular South Indian foods. But if you go to maybe homestays or try the local cuisines, you get very different flavors as well. And also you can manage your portions too. So eating local is something, a very important tip for whether you're traveling or not traveling. And I would tell that to all my clients as well.
Lovely. Uh, this, I mean, eating local has been a huge part of our, wandering team, starting from sustainability to eating local and pushing them to eat local. And any of your clients, or maybe you have given them a certain diet about, they want to eat something, not healthy. And, what is the one thing that, you would suggest your client, which is not as healthy as the strict diet, but what is one thing which you let go that, okay, so can you name something which is locally available everywhere, but you just let go and the clients can have that?
See, when my clients travel, I usually ask them where are they traveling to, so that I know what kind of food is available there. And if they don't want to break their diet, then I would try and help them choose foods that are available there, which is similar to their diet plan. But if foods are not available, still, I would want them to enjoy their trip and not be stressed, because stress is another factor that will not help in your whole fitness and weight loss journey. So I would
Correct.
rather they enjoy their holiday, be stress free, be at peace, and get refreshed. So I would not really put any restriction on the kind of cheat meal, if you call it. I would just tell them eat whatever you want, whichever cuisine you're maybe craving for.
Lovely. Also at Wandering Jane, we closely manage our client food preferences, if they have allergies or not, because, if you go abroad or even in India, breakfast is a buffet breakfast or
Yeah.
a la carte basis. So, they tend to pick up there and then they ask for the cuisine and all of that. We note down things like allergies, and what medicines they take, what all they would prefer, the type of restaurants nearby. We send them, what 5 type of restaurants which, their health will suit nearby. If they want to play side at 12 p.m., you can find that, for them also. So, do you have a lot of clients who have food preferences? They want to go on a diet, but they have this food preference. And what do you recommend to them? When they have a certain food preference while on a diet.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people have, preferences, and it's not only the preferences. Their food habits are different. They might have food allergies, food sensitivities, and tolerances. It could be anything. So each client's, needs are definitely different. So I have to look at it completely, and what I can advise, if their allergy is something that is very very severe, then I would say go less about eating outside. Try to carry your own food and your own snacks as much as possible. because you have control over the ingredients. But if it is at a restaurant and you can ask the chef what is the ingredients he's putting into that particular meal, then that would be more safe, because you at least know what you're eating. But if you really have no option and just do not know what goes into that particular meal, then I would say avoid that and at least eat something that you're familiar with, so your health is secure.
Lovely. That really sounds soothing to all of us, I guess. And this brings to this pops up in my head, like we always suggest our clients to stay in such homestays or local homestays run by a particular family, rented homestays or local villages or maybe a farm stay. So they mostly have kitchenette bases. Like they don't have breakfast mostly, but they do have some utensils, some things you can cook with. Airbnb has bring a lot of that. So what meal is what they can cook in the morning, which will help them give a energy boost, or what is one meal that can be made quickly, and I mean, that will be a great start to the day, because we end up cooking Maggi, right? And that is not quite healthy, I guess, as a breakfast
Yeah.
if we are somewhere. So what would you prefer instead?
I would also look at the activities they're doing that particular day, because if it requires a lot of energy, they may be going on a trek or a hike, then pre-workout is very important. But if it's going to be a lot of very relaxed day, then there is really no need to sort of bulk up or increase up your calorie intake or carbohydrates to give you that much energy. Then you're just going to eat extra and overeat, and you're not going to be burning that. So it sort of depends on the activity level, and if they require excess energy, then apart from breakfast they could also take some energy bars with them, carry dry fruits, carry some roasted peanuts. This is very easy to carry with us at all times, and especially when we are on the road. People, I think, associate travel with munching and everyone's just having chips or something, just because we are traveling, not because they're hungry. So I try and
Yeah.
say, eat
Yes.
only when you're hungry, but if you really want to, then maybe some dry fruits or peanuts or fruits, if that's okay. Otherwise, if you're not hungry, just try and skip that altogether. But breakfast, if you're going to wake up late, skip it and have brunch instead, if you're not an early riser. If you love your breakfast and you love porridges and cereals, stick to that. Or a simple bread and egg is also quite good. Even idli dosas are quite good. If you need more energy, just eat an increased portion size, but do not stress so much about what should you have in the morning.
Correct. Because breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and when we want our travelers to have many activities, many experiences as much as
Yeah.
possible, like surfing, yoga, trekking, hiking. So we end up getting up excited in the day, and then we have our Maggie, and then we go for a hike, and then 2 days of the holiday we are relaxing. So any exercise or any maybe like any food or any meal do you prefer to have it before going for a certain activity?
See, if it's early in the morning, I prefer to just go empty stomach. But if it is, say, midday and my breakfast or my lunch or any meal is just 1 hour or 2 hours prior, then I still don't feel like having anything. But if it is longer than that, I would probably just pop some dry fruits or an energy bar. That's the best thing I do. But nothing more than that. I try to limit
Wow.
my intake as much as possible, because I don't want to, lose focus or lose track of all that effort I've been putting in before the trip.
Yes. Also, this brings, mental health has become a great aspect of our lives, and due to COVID, I think that is the most talked about issue as of now. And we all think that this change was necessary to talk about mental health and mental awareness and everything. So, we are happy to host a workshop in COVID times about mental health with you on the same. You were there on the same. Our travelers loved how you connected, good food to good mental health. So, any further thoughts on the same? Like, how is food related with your health? I know, eating healthy will make you feel refreshed and, energetic and not tiring, and, you sleep on your time. But then, after a week, I just end up eating pizza every weekend. So, any personal suggestion for me and our travelers to, how good food is related to mental health?
Yeah, I mean, it has, the lockdown has taken a toll on everyone's, mental health. And I think now everyone's getting used to the whole situation. So things are slightly better. But still a lot of long working hours and stressful timing, and everyone's at home. So it's still affecting a lot of people out there. Though we know that eating food refreshes you, but the actual reason is because your gut is basically called the second brain. There's something called the gut brain axis, which means your brain and your gut are connected. So how you think, if you're very stressed out, then it's going to show signs in your gut. You might feel bloated, you might feel acidic, you might feel hungry, you might crave food. That's all because of your mental state. But at the same time, your gut is also connected to your brain. So if you're going to eat unhealthy, eat junk, not eat on time, then your mood is going to get affected. You're not going to sleep well, you're going to be angry, you're going to be irritated, you're going to have temper issues. So both of them are interconnected, and that's the reason you have to keep track of eating on time, drinking well, drinking water, keeping yourself hydrated. And some things that might help in addition to eating well is having a lot of fruits and vegetables, having foods rich in omega-3 like your walnuts, flax seeds, or fish, having dark chocolate, chamomile and lavender tea, or all these herbal teas, milk and turmeric or your haldi doodh. All of this help and have a calming property. So if you are in a very stressed out state, these foods can help, along with try and meditate and take a break every now and then. So these will definitely help you feel better.
Lovely. That herbal tea right now, herbal tea sounds amazing to me as well. So too many serious questions. Let's talk about a fun experience which you had with Wandering Jane, or what was your favorite travel experience so far?
So the very first time I traveled with the Wandering Jane was to Varkala. And I started this year again traveling with Wandering Jane to Varkala itself. So I would say that's my favorite trip because I've gone twice to the same place. And both times,
Yeah.
I really love the beach. I'm a big beach bum, and I love being in the water, love doing water activities. So I really love Varkala. And a year back, or 2019, I went with Wandering Jane to Spiti, and that was my first experience, being in the mountains. And considering I love the water so much, I wasn't sure how it's going to be, this experience with mountains, but it was just amazing, something I've never experienced before. And I liked it so much that now I'm going to travel again with Wandering Jane, and this time again a mountain experience. So I think I'm now 50% beach bum, 50%, I love the mountains. So very hard to say which is my favorite, but I mean, I'm constantly traveling with y'all, so I really love it, and I don't think I'll ever shift my travel partner.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. And I guess people come to us with like, oh, I'm a beach person and I'm a mountain person, and we end up giving them a mountain with the
Yeah.
beach. So I
Yeah, I
think
think
that
I should
makes
do
up for
that next.
their person. Yes. Yeah. So lastly, not a question, but a message for you. Like we recently in India, women have started. You will also agree on this. Women have started believing in what should they eat. Live more experiences, go out, concentrate on the do's and don'ts. Take care of their own health rather than what was the condition before that. So how would you think of traveling or having new experiences as an aspect of their lives or aspect of their personality?
Yeah, I think a lot of women do. I mean, things have, of course, changed now, and things are still changing continuously. But women traveling solo, or women traveling in their own groups is not so common, but becoming more common now. So especially instead of just making it a relaxing trip, like things like you guys do, which is, adding in as many activities as possible, giving them more experiences and giving them much more than they expect out of a trip. I think it just gives them a whole boost and confidence, and they have such a great time when they go back home. And because they're always working, they're helping their family, taking care of their family needs. A break for women is so needed, and it's great to refresh them and go back home, and then they have all the energy and mood to go back into their daily lives again.
Correct. We have some questions over here. So I think somebody is asking, you recently traveled to Kerala. How was your experience? I think she already answered that. If you want to add something, Nikki, please go ahead.
I think, I mean, I am a Malayali, and Kerala is
Yeah.
my native place. So I literally go there every year, and I was there in the beginning of Jan to Varkala, and I was there last week again. So I love Kerala, but Varkala is more like a mini Goa. Even if people don't know what Varkala is, and many have not heard of it, but it's a more relaxed, more less commercialized, and more fun and relaxing experience. And Goa would be more of the party and nightlife sort of an experience. But if you're just looking for a beach and just to relax, do some water activities like kayaking and surfing and paddleboard and all that, then but without the whole nightlife crazy scene, you just want to relax, then I would suggest Varkala.
Lovely. That, I think that sums up the differentiates between Varkala and Goa pretty well. Our next question is, you hosted a retreat along with Wandering Jane, and how was your experience?
That was really different because it was something I haven't done before. I was meeting a whole set of women that I've never met before. I was apprehensive. I didn't know how it's going to go, but it was so good. It was very comfortable. And in fact, I also conducted Zumba classes for them. So, and it's always fun. It's a very different experience when you take a class which has 30 to 50 people, or maybe conduct an event for hundreds of people, versus a retreat when it's a small group of 10 to 15 people. It's more personalized, you connect with them more. So I really love the whole experience, and I would love to do more such retreats.
Of course, we need to have a nutrition or a healthy retreat, or maybe a healthy trip, or maybe a detox trip with you as soon as possible. I guess you will be an amazing and the most reliable host for the same, and the most woman considerate host for the
Thank you.
same. So this Garima is again asking that, what is your favorite food to eat that you are also guilty of eating?
I would say, I do have a very big sweet tooth. So once I start eating, then it's very difficult for me to stop. So I don't have this moderation, or I don't have this, I can take one bite and it will satisfy my craving. That doesn't work with me. So I rather just not have it. But what I love is I love ice creams, and it's so hard for me to say no. But I'm going to wait till I get that cheat meal. So I have made sure that, the next whole of next month, I'm not going to have it. It's just a challenge for myself. So I'm going to wait for that ice cream. But in terms of cuisines, I really like Thai cuisine, Indian cuisine, of course. And I think everyone loves biryani. I love South Indian. I love South Indian meals. I think I love food. I should stop talking. Yeah.
I mean, I'm Punjabi, so that
Yeah.
that goes out of the question that I
Yeah.
love food also.
Can imagine. Yeah.
So, yeah, there's another lovely question, that what is your favorite food in Kerala, keeping health and nutrition in mind? So recently you have been to Varkala. So what is the one meal you had which fulfills your health aspect as well as the craving, or the authentic local aspect as well?
See, Varkala actually caters to a lot of foreigners, so they have a very varied cuisine. You have continental, Italian, French, and all of that. But I like eating local, so I was looking out for Kerala food, and there was, I think, just very few handful, or maybe one restaurant that had Kerala food. So I had my, it's called puttu and chana or kadla curry. That's what I had for breakfast, and I also had appam, which was another dish for breakfast. And then for lunch, I took the fish thali, which was the Kerala rice with fish curry. And Kerala rice is something which is healthy. Not many like the taste, but it's definitely better than white rice. So if you're having your Kerala rice with a side of fish curry or chicken curry with a whole bunch of vegetables, or thoran, which is it's called, it is actually a healthy meal, and it's something you can have on your holiday.
Wow, that really sounds amazing. Fish curry right now sounds amazing. I was stuck at fish curry. I didn't hear anything you said after that. But that's a lovely meal to have, or a cuisine to have while in Varkala. And I think, thanks, Nikki, for all your tips and all your suggestions. We will really keep this in mind, and I will all of this watching will definitely connect with you for the nutrition aspect, because people who travel need to have this also as an important for the mental health, for the physical health, for the nutrition health, to be in line and be in intact with their mind and body, as traveling is also important to the soul. So I think nutrition and health is important to the body, so they can travel fully and they can have the experience at full expand. So, anything else you want to add, Nikki?
I think this is, a really wonderful session that you hosted because a lot of people just like us love to travel. And that's one of the questions everyone asks. How do we take care of our diet when we travel? We don't want to lose all the effort we put in for all these months. So I think it was a great idea that you hosted this session. And thank you so much for inviting me because I love talking with you and I love discussing on my favorite topic, which is two topics rather. One is traveling and one is nutrition. So I love both of them. I'm passionate about both. And thank you so much. And I would just like to tell everyone, travel as much as you can. I understand work is hectic, so only as much as you can. And when you can take a break, it's great to, feel refreshed and get back into your routine. And when you travel, try not to stress, keep yourself hydrated, stay active, try all the activities possible, and eat as much local food as possible, get local experience, and try to stay also in local places. And if you're a solo woman looking for traveling, I think you all know whom you should contact. So yeah, that's all I want to say.
Thank you so much.
No,
Thank you so
thank
much,
you,
Nikki.
thank
For,
you.
you are also one of our favorite travelers. Thank you so much for joining in, and let's do a retreat, detox retreat as
Yeah,
soon
yeah,
as possible.
definitely, definitely. Okay, thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much. Have a good day.
You too,
Bye.
bye. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. So if you have any more questions, then just DM me or get in touch with Wandering Jane, and we'll be happy to help you. So thank you so much.